This is the story about how Passion Planner helped me find love. One thing that the Passion Planner did for me, which helped me kind of take my chaotic energy and focus it in terms of my life and also in terms of like what I think is my attractiveness. The planner has this thing at the beginning called the Passion Roadmap, and what it does is it breaks down your goals and your thought process at the time based on like 3 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, and your lifetime. And by categorizing your goals in these like time frameworks, you're able to then break down your goals into smaller, manageable pieces that you can go after each week in the Passion Planner. About this time, 10 years ago, I'm studying at University of Waterloo, computer science. It's the stream 3 where you have 3 full semesters of school and then you go on your work term. And I'm smack dab in the middle of just crying. My life is really difficult, the courses are really hard, but at least I made one good friend. Her name's Zoe Humphreys. She could tell that I was like really struggling with my courses. I wasn't sure where the hours in the day were going, but knowing that I wanted a change, Angelia Trinidad designed this planner specifically for students to promote time blocking, which wasn't really a concept back then. It is very widely known now. If you look up time blocking, it's basically a well-known productivity management tool. Zoe's the one who introduced me to Passion Planner because she had one. Through this Kickstarter, I was able to pre-order my own. It was actually a lot of money at the time because I think with international shipping and everything, it came out to like $43.50, which for a college student is a lot of money to spend at one time. I was hesitant about this project because when I ordered my Bobax travel jacket, what I noticed was customs and duties on the actual item ended up being half the cost of the actual item. So I was not too thrilled about that when I had to pay that for the jacket. So I thought something similar would happen with the planner. I received it March 2015, and I was a little bit bummed because it came so late into the year and I missed like 3 months of the already dated planner. It's a gamble with Kickstarter projects, like a lot of businesses that just start up for the first time. They can't estimate timelines and like when products will be shipped out because it's their first time doing it. Passion Planner, I thought it was really cool. I actually have it with me right here. So it's this kind of compact leather bound, I think it's faux leather, but it's actually really soft to the touch, leather bound journal with this little elastic band thingy, and I thought it was insanely useful in college. So when I received it, I was super excited to go buy like jelly roll pens and washi tapes and really customize the planner to my liking. One thing that the Passion Planner did for me, which helped me kind of take my chaotic energy and focus it in terms of my life and also in terms of like what I think is my attractiveness. The planner has this thing at the beginning called the Passion Roadmap, and what it does is it breaks down your goals and your thought process at the time based on like 3 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, and your lifetime. And by categorizing your goals in these like time frameworks, you're able to then break down your goals into smaller, manageable pieces that you can go after each week in the Passion Planner. And the Passion Planner is broken up by weeks, and each day has like each time available, like in half-an-hour blocks, so that you can be very specific about when you're in class, when you're out of class, and things like that. I'm going to read her description really quickly. It kind of explains how to do this goal setting thing. Right here. This is the first time I tried it. These are the 4 goals that you're going to prioritize. Think of them as the most important destinations in your life right now. Now we are going to create a passion plan to map out how to get there. A passion plan is a mind map that visually breaks down your goals into steps that are specific, actionable, measurable, and time sensitive. And then from the main set of goals, you pick an individual one and then you break it down into like individual components so that you can tackle them in each day. And the cool thing about this is there's also like a mid-year check-in. So 6 months into the year, there's another map just like this to see how you tracked on the different goals that you set for yourself. And some of the things that I really love about this is like looking back, this little I want to travel to New York sticker. And I really wanted to go and I was really hyping it up in my mind. And I did end up going, but it didn't happen that same year. But I knew that this was something on my list. You get a monthly reflection and you can express your gratitude for friends. I'm grateful for friends like Jessica, and she was my business partner at the time. Actually, when I wrote this, we were just friends. We actually hadn't started the business yet. I have things about the KonMari method before it was called like the Marie Kondoing verb that is now today used. It's really cool because you can put your thoughts into places and you can recollect them as needed. All of these things put together and organize my thoughts and feelings about different subjects. In 2017, I got a full-size one, but I used this passion planner very little. It's really pretty. And I think it was because in 2017 was when I was graduating college and also kicking off Posh Posh, the business that I started. So there's very little in here, but there are very big things that are actually written down. So for example, like I have my entire company mind map in here. So I'm very sentimentally attached to this one, even though there aren't like daily agenda items in this one. So I'm just gonna pull that out really quick. I have the entire story of Posh Posh in here, so it's like something that I want to keep for a long time, including like our brand identity workshop and our competitors and everything. The only thing I will say is like passion planner specific. The first one I got, the size was remarkable, the weight of it was really nice, and I like the form factor. The second one I got was too big. The cover wasn't the right quality. Like this is like really high quality cover. The pink one wasn't as good of a cover, I think, personally. There's this notion that if you take interest in the world around you, people take interest in you because you are opening up yourself to the things that you love. And when you convey your passions about certain things that you love to other people, it gives them something to talk to you about and encourage you in your passions. Since I was really organized on my goals and my company and what I wanted to create, I was always talking about this and I attracted a certain type of person. And these types of people were like beautiful people who came into my life and wanted to see me succeed. I would often be pulling out my planner on dates and jotting down interesting things that we discussed to read about later, or I would write down like important dates as I learned about them. So birthdays or specific events or somebody else's exam who I wanted to cheer them on for. And I could feel that I was becoming a really good friend and partner because I was able to keep all of the stuff on track. And since I kept fairly good notes about how stressful my life had become post-university, trying to make ends meet with a startup, I shared these reflections with loved ones at the time, and it allowed a safe place for us to discuss, what were my spending habits? What does it mean to like make time for myself and improve my mental health? And the spending thing was important because I think that got kind of out of hand when I wasn't making a consistent income, and splurging was a way for me to get that control back in my life, which seems counterintuitive, but that's what happened. We would talk about things like habits, budgeting, good credit practices, and more. And that brings me to my latest planner, Master Plan. I didn't start paying off my student debt until I saw Asia Deng's videos about her journey and her debt journey. It opened my eyes to how expensive student debt becomes if you just stick to paying off monthly minimums. I reflected on this and I will say that I was much more motivated to budget when I had that monthly payment going versus now I'm not so good at budgeting, and a few of my buying food out and splurging practices have crept back into my life. I also have what the internet calls manic creativity, or periods of time where I disappear and write a book or build a bird feeder from scratch or work on a hobby for an entire evening or entire 2 weeks. With Master Plan, I became conscious of all of these unplanned expenses. It's a planner that's designed for budgeting in mind. I didn't mean to rhyme that. There's a lot of explanation of the science behind it, the goal setting behind it, and how to break up your weeks into like how much you spent. And there's like weekly expense tracking. You can also block your funds and how to make savings happen for yourself and create an emergency savings plan. So basically, having disposable income during COVID birthed this monster in me where I could just splurge on any type of happiness bringing thing. But what I learned was that chaos is a major turnoff for people if you're trying to find and maintain love and you're all over the place with your spending and eating and sleeping and hobbies. And A, your hormones are likely to also fluctuate during this time, and B, girl, you're just gonna be a hot mess. So instead of going berserk, I went to my loved ones, again, with the notes I had been taking in my life, because journaling is like kind of a practice that is baked into my life now. And I could tell that I needed help creating boundaries on ways to spend my time that didn't cost money or keep me up all night doing some creative project. Coming back to the main point, organized passion equals attractiveness. Chaotic passion equals unsustainable. I'm channeling my inner Rajiv Surendra to share with you the things that I care about. If you like this video, want to go above and beyond, leave a like. If you don't like this video, leave a thumbs down, but then tell me why so I can improve. Thank you.